So, hello, wrestling fans. The latest news as of now is a new super match has been confirmed for Orden Larratt against James English. James English is a popular bodybuilder. He has about over 100,000 followers on YouTube and over 200,000 subscribers, 200,000 followers on Instagram. And we have seen him multiple times in the videos with the Larry Wheels. He also competed in a tournament. I've already recorded a video about that topic and some others which will be uploaded soon. I hope the audio and video quality is okay. Yep, as of now it's cool. So let's try to start a new series. Initially I was thinking about reacting to these awesome Reddit posts, and that was my plan about a year or so ago. Never capitalized on that. Then I saw Derek Smith doing that, and then I saw Sandre Shedis doing that, and then they both stopped doing that. So for whatever reason, we are not going to go into that. So now it's time for me to possibly start it again, and it's a free opportunity up for grabs right now. Nobody's doing that, so let's start a daily routine on this thing. Yeah, Chael Sonnen, just because we're discussing Reddit topics, and that was on the top if we search by the most popular topics this week, so that's why we are going to discuss that. Let's try to make it a almost a daily thing. I think we can react to daily Reddit posts and on these live streams, and then we'll see every Sunday or so maybe we can do the top post of the week. And I'll be interviewing Michael Todd as well in just a couple of days from now, so please check that out as well. That I'm thinking about doing in a vertical live stream, because recently I've seen that YouTube is pushing those vertical live stream videos or live streams, that new format, like a ton. Initially I was thinking, I don't know what happened suddenly. Engin Terzi's live streams used to get like 5-6,000 views, and now they are all are up to 25, 30, 35,000 views. Like nobody can get that much popular within a month time. So then I tried thinking about it. Then I saw a pattern that all of the vertical live stream format lives that Engin is doing, they all are getting crazy views, 20, 30, 35, 40,000 views, because YouTube is pushing it into the shorts field. That's what happened when YouTube introduced shorts. I tried uploading a couple of shorts, and within like few minutes they got up to like 3, 4, 5,000 views. That was absolutely insane how YouTube pushes the new format that they introduce. Right now I think they are doing the same with the vertical live format as well. So we'll try that. I don't have a phone worthy of going live stream, but we will see. I've still not made up my mind about that. So now we'll discuss Reddit posts for about 10-15 minutes. Meanwhile, we'll be reading the comments as well. Finally, I figured out how to share screen without any problem on this thing. I hope it is okay. I hope you guys can see me perfectly well. So I've downloaded the Reddit app here, and if you go to Reddit Arm Wrestling is by far the best group that you can join if you want to be updated about arm wrestling and if you want to see quality content on arm wrestling. But sometimes those times are only about like 10-15%. Reddit Arm Wrestling can also be the shittiest place for arm wrestling, so be careful while joining that. So wow, shout out from the great UFC legend Chael Sonnen. Okay, yeah, audio is good. So Chael Sonnen created a post, and I don't know the exact story behind that. Looks like he knows Devon Larratt and East versus West. Some people were guessing. I hope they didn't actually ask him to do that. Then it wouldn't really make much sense. There should be some natural attraction towards the sport if the sport is good enough. So good post. Do not forget to check out East versus West Arm Wrestling on April 20 as the greatest ever. Devon Larratt, the only man to ever battle me to a draw, makes history. So obviously I think Devon may have also shared that, but for sure East versus West Arm Wrestling page shared that on their Instagram and Facebook as well, and they also follow Chael Sonnen. But the problem here is I sometimes start to think about these things, and sometimes it worries me. Like Chael Sonnen is popular, but he's not like popular. You know what I mean? Like he's not one of those guys who, whenever they upload a post on Instagram is going to get like 200,000 likes. He's not that popular. He's kind of lucky if he gets 20,000 likes on a post, which is not huge by any means. But the good thing is that everybody knows him, and most likely all of the top elite UFC guys, they also follow him on Instagram, Twitter, stuff like that. So there will be more eyes from such posts, and that's the thing that the arm wrestling community as of now is relying on. At least that's what I get from this post. Hey Pradeep, how are you? So let's say Joe Rogan also follows this Chael Sonnen on Twitter, and he sees that post. Well, what is East versus West? I know who Devon is, but let's check out this East versus West thing. And maybe he sets a reminder, okay, tell me the results whenever it happens, show me the video. Then maybe sometimes he starts talking about. That's how things is spread from word of mouth. 74 viewers. I'm excited and surprised. A long live stream after a long time. Good response initially so far. That's cool. If we can hit 100 today, that will be a good thing for me. Okay, Superboy, you can use my phone, okay? Stacks, one reason why Chael likes arm wrestling or is intrigued by it is because he realizes arm wrestling is a technical sport which he never knew. He thought it was mindless and like slap fights, but was happily surprised. How do you know? How do you know? Did he? Maybe he did say something about arm wrestling. I somehow vaguely remember talking about Chael Sonnen one more time on my channel 1 or 2 years ago. Did he say something back then as well? I'm not sure. Ryan Bowen Ultra Pro Pradeep versus Orden. No, bro. We are 2 years too late. 2 years ago, that match would have made sense. Not now. I would not be surprised if someone paid Chael to make that post. He's someone who absolutely will promote anyone for the right money. That will not be, or maybe it is a cool thing. Like promotions, I don't know if there is. Yes, the level of excitement will be down, but there won't be anything wrong with that. Like advertisements, they have been a part of our life like for years, decades, centuries. So I don't see much wrong with that. I know there was a discussion about going YouTube ads as well. Should Engin Terzi and King of the Table do that? Run ads on YouTube? And somebody was saying it is really costly. It's not that costly. You can, in a budget of let's say a couple of $1,000s, you can run some serious amount of ads to a targeted audience where they know who is going to see that. First of all, in that targeted audience, remove all females. All right, remove everyone who is let's say below 15 years of age. Remove everyone who is let's say above 50 years of age. So 15 to 50 or maybe 45, that's your age group. And what are they interested in? They are interested in sports, fighting sports, stuff like that. Then I think we can reach a pretty good targeted audience. But let's see. Devon versus Levan, your prediction. We are going to discuss that. Let's first try to get to the next post. I'm not entirely sure if we should be looking at some of the comments here or not. Well, let's see. Let's try to figure it out. And I'm cool and relaxed. I'm not shouting. I'm not overly excited today, as you may have guessed, because doing a stream in a long time. Usually when I get too excited, sometimes I run into technical problems and I get equally frustrated. Awesome. That's definitely something we should hope to see more of. Good exposure. That's actually huge. I wish big arm wrestling promotions actively. Yeah, Twitter, that's one thing that I thought about. Twitter, Twitch, and Rumble. Arm wrestlers are just not there. Rumble, I can understand. Like India doesn't even have Rumble. We don't have that. I mean, we can watch it while going on a browser. I don't think the app is here, but we cannot create a Rumble account to upload stuff. I have wondered what if Engin start running ads on Facebook, YouTube. Yeah, that's the comment that I was talking about. Ultima Warrior is the man, and Google to promote his event. That would be very expensive. Yeah, I remember that comment as well. No, it's not really that expensive. It's really not that expensive. Yeah, that comment has also been mentioned, is also already mentioned here. The chance that a random person with no interest in arm wrestling prior to seeing an ad can suddenly become a fan is uphill battle. Yeah, I do agree with this post as well. I don't know why this has 0 likes. Thank me later, bro. Here, you have the first like as of now. Stuff like that is what is needed to help arm wrestling. So overall, positive response. And to be honest, the way my mind works, I wouldn't have been overly mad if I saw a mixed response and not a totally positive response only on this post. I would have been okay with that. Let's see, let's read some more comments, or maybe let's go to Levan's post and then we will see some of the comments about it. It's not really Levan's post, it's a kind of a funny post. Is my wrist too small? Yeah, people have been posting up their forearms, their biceps. Is this size good? Usually I've seen the guys who are like really skinny, really weak, they post these stuffs just to consolidate their belief that yes, they are not gifted for the arm wrestling sport. And the other kind of guys who post these stuff are are there to somehow show off that yes, they are strong, their biceps, their forearms are massive, and they want validation for that. So in both cases, people are just looking for validation in these posts. That's a funny troll post, and that's an insanely huge forearm, unbelievable. Parrot of the sport, less than 3. I don't know what's exactly. Okay, Jody Larratt shouting elbow elbow, which can somehow sometimes get irritating. But what's that 3? What does that 3 mean here? Can somebody explain it to me? Let's read the comments on this thing, what people are saying. All right, who's that? Jody arriving at East versus West with a tape on her mouth. Do Due to my military service, my ability to hear high frequencies is fucking terrible. I can tune out without issues while watching matches. Maybe it's a curse, maybe it's a gift. Same applies to my wife. Okay. She should be banned from the stage, or new rules need to be implemented to keep her quiet. No one wants to hear her scream, especially when she's in the corner of multiple matches. Yeah, she only stays elbow down, elbow down. In the Prudnik match, that thing got horrible. Since then, me personally, while commentating, I've never been that much bothered with what Jody has been doing. But that thing was ridiculous in the Evgeny Prudnik match. That was like next level stuff. She's a fine woman, but sometimes there is just too much of her. And this is the same thing that I said around that time as well, and I'm going to say it again. Parrot or Banshee, parrot or howling hyena. My 10-year-old was watching that match. He said, Jody, please stop. Put his hands over his ears. Her hands over his ear. Yeah, so did you guys remember the tool that Matthias made for Devon? It was kind of a golden button, and it had my audio. So he gave it to Devon. He went to Devon's house, so somehow he configured my audio in that video. And after the Evgeny Prudnik match, when I talked about Jody, like, should this be allowed, whatever Jody was doing or not. So Matthias captured that audio and he configured it in that device where I was saying, people were saying, Jody, shut up. So these 3 words were configured there, and he gave it to Devon as a gift, like, use it whenever you want. And when Devon tried it for the first time, Devon actually sent that video to me. I think he he uploaded it on his story and he tagged me. And whenever he pressed that, it was like, Jody, shut up. Jody came from behind and smacked Devon in the head. Devon was having some good time with it. What is your age? 29. That is Levan's arm. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Big fan from Assam, Silchar, bro. Pradeep, are you not concerned that Levan is not posting any wrist? Yes, I am. I'm not sure that if his wrist has recovered fully or not, or if he can curl the same amount of weight or not that he used to do before that. And Devon is going to target his wrist. There is no way he's going to jump in a hook. against Levan, and I don't think Levan is hookable. If anyone tries to hook him, he'll just go sideways and flash pin them. That's what I believe is going to happen. Yeah. Pradeep on leave from work. Yes, I am. Only for a few more days. That beard is 3 weeks old. Little bit more, a couple of days more maybe. No volume for me, not a problem, brother. Pradeep, what's your max, Devon? I was thinking about doing it today, so tomorrow I'll try to do it. My guess is somewhere around 35 kilos. Maximum 80 pounds is what I can get. And talking about the Devon Larratt pronation lift, since you mentioned it, let me get a little bit not so politically correct here. Some people are stupid, some people are disgustingly stupid, and the remaining are of that group obviously are retarded. I always watch these posts, I always read these posts about the Devon Larratt pronation lift, where people are copying Devon's lift, obviously, as they should, because Devon is the ambassador of the sport. In my opinion, every beginner should try to copy him, at least to some extent. There is nothing wrong with that. So, whenever they try to copy, if the forearm is not exactly parallel like that, if it is like a degree up, 2 degrees up, people will be mentioning that everywhere in the comments. That doesn't count. Do you even see that's not a parallel lift? Why isn't it parallel? That's not what Devon did. That doesn't count. So that was the common trend. You all have seen that. And today I saw a post where somebody criticized Devon's lift, where Devon's forearm was like this. It was like almost a 45-degree angle where he lifted his max 161 pound, I think it was. And then things suddenly changed. People are saying, well, why is nobody or a bunch of beginners who don't know, who will never do anything that Devon has done, trying to criticize Devon's lift? It's Devon, he knows what's the. So now that not so parallel angle is totally okay. But whenever others were doing it, then they were like, well, it's not what Devon did. So now it's what Devon did. So everybody, all of those comments that were criticizing them in that post, all of those guys will be okay with this angle, since now Devon has done that. People are saying, well, that's exactly the angle that you use on the arm wrestling table, so that's why it's a good angle to work with. And when some beginner does that with this angle, then they call him retarded. That's one thing that kind of it pissed me off a little bit, I'll be honest. Some people are stupid, some people are disgustingly stupid, and some people are retarded. Isn't that true? Did you see Brad Grundy speaking about how he dislikes parallel lifts? Lot of truth spoken there. No, brother, no, I have not seen that yet. Where is it? I actually haven't even gotten the time to watch Paul Italia's podcast with Igor Mazurenko. I'll be watching that soon. Pradeep, why Devon doesn't focus on cup anymore? Not sure, brother. I'm not sure if he can like curl Levan Sagirashvili, and if that's that much valid. Devon's best shot will be like rotating out like this. That's what he can do. But yeah, in other matches, don't know. Against Gennady, he needs that cup. We kind of saw that clearly. He needs as much cup as possible. So maybe he worked on that while he was preparing for the Gennady Quickvinia rematch before Gennady got injured. Because you just described every member of my wife's family. Nope, I have not seen that. I don't think the pronation lift is useful for most people. Yeah, I also think so. Devon is unique and his training system is unique. Yeah, his wrist is also slightly back, and that's the exact same position that he is going to be pronating with in that Levan match. So I do agree. I don't think many people are going to. And one more thing that may piss off a little bit a small number of people is that when the entire focus, just listen to what I'm saying before saying that, well, you don't even train, what do you know about exercises? Yes, I do know about exercises. So it's not like that complicated. It's simple. You pick up a weight and you lift it above the ground. That's it. So when the entire focus has always been whether the arm is parallel or not. That's a big enough, solid enough evidence proof that it is not even a pronation lift. And I know some of the guys are going to call me crazy, but when everyone's this hammer curl is failing, when was the last time you saw somebody attempting a pronation lift and their palm got turned over, but their arm was going up? Like they tried a pronation lift, but it turned into a bicep curl as they kept going up. If that was a common thing that was happening, then it was a pronation lift. Nobody, I have never seen anyone's pronation fail in that lift. Everyone's hammer curl is failing in that lift. And always, since the beginning, always the topmost topic of discussion or criticism has always been this parallel angle. So if it is a pronation lift, why does the parallel angle even mean a thing in that? If it was all about pronation, then it wouldn't matter if you do it here or here. I don't think it would create more than 10-20% of a difference in terms of the muscle groups being worked on. So the focus being on this and nobody's pronation failing, I think the evidence is solid enough to just today, arm wrestling news, I'm declaring that lift is not a pronation lift. At least not for the amateur and semi-pro guys. So somebody also mentioned that in a quote, please, that Larratt's pronation lift is not a pronation lift. It's a hammer curl. And it's not even a hammer curl. It's a static hammer hold. It's not even a curl. So that's it. We have established that fact to be the universal truth. 158 people watching. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Thank you, guys. So, and no further arguments are allowed about this conversation. It's the absolute truth from now on. So this post, this format of the post is kind of really popular. I got to know that while reading some of the comments, but I'm not particularly aware of that. What is this thing? Can somebody explain it to me? Why did it go back? This. Good question. If Levan were to completely regain his power, would you lose? Nah, I'd pin. I don't even know what you're trying to like. That seems to be an obvious thing. 178 upvotes. I totally missed the punchline, the fun in that post. I don't know what it was about. Let's try to read some of the comments, or maybe you guys can explain it to me in the comments. Yeah, that JJK, I have never heard of that. What that JJK thing is. What is JJK? Jujutsu Kaisen. Still don't know what that thing is. Okay, apparently it's a popular thing. Anime. Got it. So whatever it is. Pradeep, do you think Ivan made mistake by accepting Morozov match too early? Yes, he did. I don't see a way how he can beat Artyom Morozov. Good thing these quotations are revolving around in the arm wrestling community right now. I copied those from Full Mount MMA. That same format, dark black, red quotation marks, white text. I saw that on Full Mount MMA and I was like, it's a cool thing. I should also do that. Nobody's doing that in arm wrestling. So I took that to arm wrestling community, and then I saw I think Concrete Elbow doing that. Maybe PP didn't do that. And I've seen these posts as well. Cool looking posts. Devon, you say I might not win even one round. On April 20, you'll wake up to the reality and find out that you have lost 6-0 once again. This is something that Engin revealed in the Neil Pickup interview, and I've already discussed that on the channel. Why Levan is in danger. So basically, let's read this post. That's interesting. The question is, Pradeep, did you arrange? Yeah, I was talking about it today. Today, maybe I'll mention messaging in on WhatsApp right after this live stream ends, and let's see if he agrees to do maybe a couple of live streams before East versus West 12. That will be a cool thing to do. Engin needs to be a guest more. He's always the host. Why Levan is in danger? Okay. First match, Devon's riser, 80 pounds. Now and his pronation was 135. And now people have been talking about Devon's riser lift as well. That is also like 115, I heard, and pronation is 160. Although the angle is clearly not the same. Devon's riser 115, 160 pronation. So that's a 20%, 25% increase, rising almost 30% and 20% in pronation. But the thing is, the question is, how much of that is transferable to the table? Not anyone is talking about it. Nobody is talking about it. So let's say if somebody is a deep hook arm wrestler and he likes to have strong biceps for obvious reasons. All right. How do I close it? Yeah. So he likes to have strong biceps, and somehow he, in all of the bicep exercises, in the hammer curl exercise, in that loop over the thumb hammer curl exercise, which they call pronation lift these days, and in regular biceps curl, so every bicep exercise you get strong by 20%. So how much of that is still going to be transferable on the table? I doubt it's even 5%. I would doubt it's 5%, especially for everyone. Like if my bicep gets 20%, like I'm not really working out right now. So let's say if I can straight curl a 20 kilo dumbbell right now, and I get to 30 kilos, 10 kilos, so that's sort of 50% increase. How much of that is going to help me on the table? I don't think it's even going to be 5%. So that's what I'm trying to say. So let's say Devon has increased like 20% in that lift. Realistically, although nobody's talking about whether Devon was doing that lift like he just started doing that, maybe it was a new motion for that. So naturally, he could have gained about 10% by just practicing that and not really and getting familiar with the movement of that exercise and not really getting strong in that particular movement. It is possible to gain like maybe 10% just by that way. And then we have 10-15% remaining. How much of that is really transferable to the table? So I would be surprised if Devon's pronation, despite being 20% stronger in that lift, has really improved by more than 5%. But 5% is also a massive number. 5% when Levan has the buckle will be enough to crack his wrist back. Maybe not so much when Devon has the buckle. Let's read the comments, what people are saying about this. Do Indians have nicknames? Yeah, almost everyone. But I don't have a nickname. Hello Pradeep from Romania. You do great work for arm wrestling fans. Thank you. Thanks, Christian Varga. Who will be potentially the first to beat Mazahir Saidu in India? I don't see a clear opponent as of now. Abbas Rana is already talking about it, the 16-year-old boy. But his frame he's going to peak out at around 100 kilos, I think. Can Pradeep go to Big Boss as a contestant if arm wrestling becomes very popular? Yeah, I sent them a video, or maybe at least I recorded it like almost 10 years ago, maybe a little bit less than that. I was like, bro, I need to go to Big Boss. I can win that thing. Is India an island? Well, it's surrounded by sea on 3 sides, so yeah, maybe it is. Kickback wrist and lower strap on the wrist targets pronation more. That's how Devon's lift is different than most, yeah. Core Sports membership for how many days? It's for an event. Now they launched for like $60 for or $70 for all of the events. 4 events this year. That's how much it costs. And $20 for one pay-per-view. Who will Pro Punja League? When will Pro Punja League? August. It will be in August this year. If Devon loses, what do you think he will do? Go to smaller promotions or stay in the mix? First of all, I'm not really sure if there is going to be no rematch. Let's say if Devon beats Vitali after this, if he beats Morozov after this, and if he beats Kidnadi Quickvinia in a rematch after this. But I don't think he's going to be doing all of these 3 things before he defends his 115 title, and maybe even aim for a lower title if he wins that. So let's say if he beats everyone, then who will deserve a rematch? Of course, 100% I think the winner of Hermes versus Denis Siplenkov should deserve a rematch. before Devon's second rematch. Even if Devon can easily beat both of these guys, still they would deserve a rematch first, a match against first. रजत दलाल को जानते हो कि ना भाई, एक आधी वीडियो देखी है बस, वैसे नहीं जानते. When are you gonna pull RVJ and beat him once and for all? Maybe in the future. Maybe I will do that in the future. Hi Pradeep, I honestly don't care if Devon, Engin, or Don paid Uncle Chael. Yeah, I think it's good for the sport. Yeah, that's even that exact same opinion for me as well, brother. Even if it's a paid promotion, which I doubt it is, it's a cool thing. Everybody pays to promote their. That's a part of a strategy. When you talk, when you see the breakdown of, I don't know, I don't remember what they call it, like 15 25% spent on marketing, this much on logistics, this much on customer acquisition, which is a part of a marketing, and this much is the cost of production. Like the marketing cost is like half of the company's cost sometimes. So there is nothing wrong with spending some money on marketing. Can Ryan beat Bacho? From the looks of it, no. Bacho's hand is solid, so he cannot top roll him for sure. Bacho's hook was good enough to hang with Reno Masic inside for almost a minute in one round, so no, I don't see Ryan beating Bacho in any way possible. I think it can end in some flash pins. Did you all watch that hour-long video Devon posted on his Facebook page? Definitely worth watching. Was that with the table monkeys? Because I saw that in a couple of parts. I'll try to note down what they were saying and maybe break it down in a smaller, more concise format for the people. A new format for a tournament. So let's take a look at a few other posts. Then in 15 minutes or so, I'll be ending this stream. So Levan finally says something to Devon after being blatantly trolled by Devon. Devon, you say I might not even win one round. We have already discussed this one. So Levan believes it's going to be a 6-0 once again. And he has to believe that. He must believe that, because I don't see him having much chances. Edit. So this edit is, I hope you can hear it. This guy is like, he arm wrestles like an arm wrestler. He beats a bunch of guys, and even here it looks like he's intentionally. They're obviously trolling. This is not real arm wrestling. Maybe he could have beaten Alan Fisher as well. Now Alan Fisher is being controlled by Larry Wheels. Whoever copied this song, he has to be a gaming fan. I've only heard this song in gaming clips. I don't want a copyright claim on the entire live stream. Maybe I've already got it. Let's see. So in the end, it ends with Levan, obviously. Levan pinning Devon Larratt. Denis Siplenkov versus Denis Siplenkov, 128 likes. Again, once again, I don't understand what's the point here. What are they trying to say? So yeah, that's the post. Shit's getting ridiculous now. That angle is crazy. So now look at Devon's angle. It's nothing even remotely close to parallel. And when Devon was doing parallel, that's the time when he was lifting like 153, 156 pounds. So was it because of the angles? Maybe or maybe not, because this thing lifted quite easily. So even if he straightened it out a little bit, he could have maybe still lifted it with a bunch of difficulties. But just see the comments. The same guys who are like I don't literally know if these are the same guys, but the group kind of always remains the same. So the same guys that were trolling people for if their arm was like 1 degree less than parallel, now read the comments. Christmas tree, okay. Strict parallel, yeah, that's a good comment. Arm wrestling rules are like, Engin started this one PR lift thing in 2020, I think, if you guys remember, and everyone was doing that, but Engin got pissed off because nobody was following the rules strictly. That's when he kind of quit Arm wrestling lifts have no standards, have no rules. Like you just cannot, like, nobody has the same equipment, nobody lifts at the same angle. It can kind of get ridiculous sometimes. Angle is steeper this time. Where are the comments that I read yesterday? Sadly, reading through these comments made me realize the IQ of average arm wrestlers is probably sub 100. It's still a lot of weight. Oh no, Devon, what is you doing, buddy? 139 pounds. Okay, that's some math done here. I don't know, maybe the comments changed, but when I read, everyone was like trolling this guy who posted this. Smoke Santa. Had my first proper super match today, 5-4. So this guy was arm wrestling on the right. He's the bigger guy, 100 kilos. Arm wrestling a 50-kilo guy. And he took his wrist, but he got a little overconfident. Let's see. So yeah. There may be standing up. Yeah, then he got beat 6-0. So the thing is that sometimes it's a good decision to not overpronate and come back, then hit again once again. Do not let him reel you in. Always keep that pronation. Just give as much as you need to stand back up, to not let him slip. That's all. He kind of let the rope too much. Looks like we might see Levan compete left-handed. Yes, I forgot to mention this topic in my videos. So, yep, Levan is already saying that the left-handed title is going to be mine by the end of this year. Well, he said it's a possibility, not a guarantee. But that's going to be awesome. Devon also talked about that left arm match for the third or fourth time probably, and that's insane. We have never seen this much enthusiasm about a practice pull, a practice match from Devon in the past. Like Irakli is never far away. He's gonna participate now. That will be cool. I think Levan has the ability to still be top 5, like without even doing too much with his left arm. Maybe he's already top 5. Looking at the dominant, and on the left he was kind of more dominant until 2018. Pleasantly be surprised if he pulls two times this year. So on the right, that's the thing. Right arm, Levan clearly said that he doesn't want any easy matches. He wants to go straight to Devon, which in my mind may not have been, like right now I believe the chances of Levan losing against Devon are like maybe 30% in my mind. That's a fair percentage. So if Levan had one more match, let's say against Artem Morozov, if Morozov is healthy, that match was already supposed to happen. Morozov fell sick and then he recovered. Then Levan got injured and now he's recovering. At this point, I think an Artem Morozov versus Levan match would have made sense. So after that, he would have gotten at least 3-4 more months. And then I think the chances of him losing would have been reduced from 30% to, let's say, 15% or 10%. That would have been a wise decision in my opinion. If Levan is still, like, despite losing a couple of rounds to Hermes, he's still very close to that untouchable thing that we have never seen in arm wrestling. He is that guy. And he wouldn't be that guy anymore if he loses to Devon. Like, if Devon beats Levan, I don't think the history is going to remember Levan for that long. Like, should we really count matches like Tim Bresnan? Tim Bresnan lost to Rustam Babayev. I know he beat him as well, but in one match, he lost to a 95 kg, 100 kg Rustam Babayev. So the thing is that not all of those matches were difficult. At that time, Dimitri Trubin was crazy strong. I do agree with that. He just clean swept Alex Krodecha like he was nothing. But after that, we saw the downfall of Dimitri Trubin. So Levan won. Yes, he was, 6-0 or 7-0 in super matches, or 8-0, something like that. But these 7 or 8 super match wins that big enough that if he loses to Devon, if he gets like 5-1 or 4-1, 4-2 against Devon, it's best of 7. So let's say if he loses 4-1 to Devon, Are we going to remember him like maybe the third best guy or second best guy or first best guy in the world if he loses to Devon? I don't think so. I think 6-7 super matches people can forget. It wouldn't sound that big of a deal if Levan loses this match. Just think about it. 10 years from now, people will be saying, yeah, Levan, yeah, really dominant. How many matches he won? He competed in 7 matches and he won all of them. Just saying, man. Just saying, Levan needs to win this match. And if he wins this one, then the streak is going to be very difficult to break, man. It's going to be very difficult to stop. He will be known as the strongest arm wrestler. What's that audio? But really? Like, if he lost to Devon, is he the strongest arm wrestler? The strongest arm wrestler, in my opinion, should win. He should win. He was clearly from 2018, at least 2018 to 2024. He is the strongest arm wrestler, 6 years. But we can maybe find John Brzezinski being the strongest for 6 years. And let's see who is going to beat Devon after this one if he wins this match. So one final post we are going to take a look at after this one, and then we'll read some of the comments and we'll try to log off from here. So that post was Devon is a savage, where he voted for himself. I think it could have been all by mistake. Today I saw a post where Engin Terzi asked, who do you support, Levan or Devon? And I was just casually scrolling really fast and I accidentally voted on, I think it was Devon. So yeah, I think it could have been just a mistake. I guess people do really want to see this kind of stuff where they've shown the results, how many views all of the King of the Table matches got. And King of the Table match, Arden Larratt versus Whisperer, got way more views than even the Vitali Lalitin super match. So it is what it is. Popularity sells, and nothing wrong with that. But the matches should be planned more carefully, more closer, or introduce a weight cap to make them closer. By the way, how heavy is James English? Does anybody know? I watched one of his old photos where he was like ripped, ready to step on a stage, and at that time he was like 175. So right now he's what, 200 maybe? That would be my guess. So if he's 200, he's still a smaller guy than Arden. He's 5'9" and 200. And Arden is like 6'3", 210. By that time, he'll be like what? If he was saying that he's going to keep getting bigger, then he'll be 220. Then 5'9", 200 versus 6'3", 220. That's once again a couple of classes above. Levan training session. Yes, I saw a post on YouTube this morning that they will be uploading a training session today. Prep series episode 3. I'll watch that. I will not click it here to take views away from them. Let's read a few comments, and in 2 minutes, at 45 minutes, I'll be ending this live stream. So last 2 minutes, guys. Let's answer some of the comments. Pradeep, if it is just a hammer curl or bicep base lift, then why Dennis, Hermes, Levan or Gennady are not dethroning the Devon's lift as they have a stronger bicep? It has to do with that awkward sitting down position as well. I'm quite sure, I can almost guarantee you, let them do this lift straight standing up and Hermes will 100% outlift Devon in that lift. Sitting down, it kind of makes it weird. And while Dennis did that kind of standing up in not so much of a strict motion, he did rep, I think, 70 kilos few times. Chan Shaw, what's up, Pradeep? I saw your poster. I've already recorded that, brother. And that video will be uploaded soon on the channel. So, Chan Shaw, I think that's a great opportunity, man. You got to start your East versus West Challenger series. And I heard you saying that not every event is going to be in Florida. You may think about doing it in some other places in the United States as well. So the first match is James English versus Arden Larratt. James has a very fast press. He may have to kind of catch Orden in this defensive top role position. Only then he may have a shot. And for sure, he has already started training like an arm wrestler. Training the thumb is all. Okay. All everyone needs, regardless. Devon only cares about himself, as he should. As we all should in most of the cases. Not all. What's the size of your skull gains? Skull is 22 and a half. Not big. Not big. So I think that's it. Thanks, guys. Maintained about 135 over 130 viewers. That is simply awesome. I really cannot thank you guys enough for that. Monster Michael Todd will be live on the channel in just a couple of days from now. I'll probably create a community post to take some interesting questions from there as well. So please do remember to go there and post your comments. Later, Pradeep. Thanks, Drew. Thanks, Martin. Fitness. Pakwaji. What's that word? Tall Paul Hutchins, Chan Shaw, Alexander, Superboy. 442 Mike, thank you all, you guys are awesome, but I'll not let you go without showing you an ad first. Gotta make some money too, bro. Bye.